Hi, everyone. So excited to be here tonight. This is preview number 2 of my audiobook, 10 Scientifically Proven Ways That Steve Jobs Went Against the Grain, a comedy book. Because you're listening right now, I want to give you a special deal. If you go on barnesandnoble.com, search for Eric Vernston or 10 Scientifically Proven Ways That Steve Jobs Went Against the Grain. Actually, it's 10 Scientifically Proven Ways Steve Jobs Went Against the Grain. You will find the book for $2.24 on Nook. The full title says, a comedy book. I'm working with Barnes & Noble to correct that. Shows it on the cover. You'll know when you see the book. $2.24 in honor of my birthday, February 24th, as well as Steve Jobs' birthday, February 24th. Completely an accident. I kid you not. I really wasn't even trying for that. It just kind of happened. I want to read you chapter 2 of the book. So excited to bring this to you. Share screen. Here we go. Reading off a Kindle, whatever, close enough. Go to Nook for the discount, but it will be eventually available. By eventually, I mean on Wednesday on Kindle for $2.99. You also get the paperback. Paperback is $4.99 on both. Chapter 2. Steve Jobs was known for his bizarre diet and eating habits. Something is only bizarre to an outsider. If something works, be bold and go outside of societal norms. Who wants to be normal anyhow? Vern could not agree more. Jobs would go weeks at a time eating only the same foods or the same combination of foods. We're going to take a little bit of a deep dive here. I would highly recommend all of you, after reading this, spend some time Googling what Jobs in his diet. It was insane. Jobs was a vegan. He wasn't insane because he was a vegan. Plenty of people are vegans. Heck, I've dabbled in veganism and probably should do it, quite frankly. But it's not why he was crazy. Jobs was a vegan and would focus on eating such foods as carrots and apples, which would give him an orange glow. Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. I want to make a joke so bad about you-know-who, but given how politically correct everything these days is, I don't know if I want to talk about Oompa Loompas anymore. I think we need to just leave that as is. It was the 60s. It's a crazy time, and we're going to focus on today. Jobs would eat carrots all the time. You'd only eat these foods. You'd just binge these foods. You just only eat carrots, 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 and you literally get an orange glow. If you think that's bad, read the full article and imagine how his extreme vegan wedding cake tasted. I think this is in the works cited. Since you just Google Steve Jobs extreme vegan wedding cake, something like that, you'll find it. It is hilarious. It's also in Walter Isaacson's book. Jobs will also fast for days. Fasting has recently become mainstream, with thinkers such as Tim Ferriss discussing it at length in podcasts and blogs. Yours truly has been intermittently fasting for years. This is true. I started doing that back in my ACO days, I want to say 2014, 2015. Shout out to my boy Frank, who got me on that, and also my former therapist who helped get me into a higher level of the fasting. I usually do the 10 to 6 method. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Official scientists, anyone who A/B tests anything is technically a scientist, just that some people spend their entire life in a field and have credentials. Official scientists have reviewed various kinds of intermittent fasting to see which is the most beneficial. According to the article, Intermittent Fasting and Metabolic Health, 4 disciplines, for those on YouTube, 4 disciplines of intermittent fasting were analyzed for health benefits. Alternative day, modified, time restricted, what I do, religious. Each led to varying levels of weight loss and improved biomarkers. Think of biomarkers as specific areas of improved health. You'll have to read the article for specifics. So I'm trying to keep things simple with weight loss, good, improved health, good, extreme weight gain, bad, things like that. Biomarkers, you can Google it, you can look them up. There's certain, I don't know the science. I'm way over my pay grade. Let's break down the different types of fasting. Alternative day, eat one day, no eating the next. Modified, regularly eating 5 days a week, restricting your calories to 20 to 25% of normal eating to non-consecutive days of the week. You eat normal 4 or 5 days a week, and then every Wednesday and Saturday, you barely eat. You only eat carrots and apples and turn into an orange, greenish, non-Oompa. Time restricted, just what I said earlier. Only eating during certain time frames of the day, such as 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., which is usually what I do. Religious, think fasting from dawn to night during Ramadan. I've never done this, but shout out to anyone who does fast in Ramadan. Give you a lot of credit. Has some good health benefits. All four, what I just described, led to weight loss. The alternative day method led to intense cravings the day after the fast, with the paper hinting that the weight loss was less significant due to eating your entire fridge the day after. This is also what happens if I wait to eat until 3 or 4 p.m. the day prior. If I go one day without food, almost the next 2 days, I'm a monster, and not in a great way. Modified fasting led to significant weight loss in 6 of the 8 trial groups. There you go. Time-restricted feeding, whether religious-based or not, also had similar results. There are other significant health benefits to fasting. Tim Ferriss, I'm a big fan of Ferriss, he does an excellent job of more detailed explanations. And there is, if you just Google intermittent fasting, Tim Ferriss blog, it'll come up. I believe it's on the works cited page. Had a little bit of an issue with some hyperlinks working, some did not. We'll talk about why that is when I eventually do my recap. I wrote a book in 30 days, but it took 60. Here's what I learned. And I learned a lot. It's all positive if you look at it like that. Back to the book. Time-restricted feeding had similar benefits. Fasting can help you sleep. Your body has certain processes it goes through and winding down when you are asleep. If you add a digestion process that is used to produce and create energy, such as eating food, it can be hard to sleep. Makes a ton of sense. Your body doesn't know what to do. It's one of the reasons you're not supposed to look at devices all night, because if you're staring at your device with that glow, it mimics kind of like sunlight. So your body thinks it's like supposed to be doing stuff when you really need to wind down. So you're supposed to have your devices off for at least 30 minutes before you go to bed. You're welcome. The lesson, as you have heard before, or heard if you spend time with lawyers, why do you hang out with lawyers if you do not need one? Are you okay? As someone now who is fully immersed in the legal profession, I can tell you something. I have some of the most wonderful coworkers I've ever had in my entire life. They're fantastic. I don't know that, actually, they're just fantastic. Let's leave it at that. I really do like all of them. Sometimes I can imagine seeing them outside of here. You know, if you spend time with lawyers, just looking at every little bit of word, you know, like you might be, okay, enough. I got it. I get the picture. Got it. Good. But the lesson is always, if you have hung out with lawyers, again, why are you doing that? Unless it's me, because I'm great, is it depends. Any restriction on food has health benefits. I've tried all the above techniques except Ramadan and settled on time restriction. Both alternative day and modified led me to recreate my hot dog eating days immediately after I could eat again. If you throw a beer or two in the mix, I'll make Joey Chestnut blush. That's really not true. I tried to win in a hot dog eating contest for about 6 months in 2017. I got close, tied for fourth, I ate 18 in 10 minutes. You probably knew that if you listen to the podcast. You're a friend of mine, probably. But if not, yeah, I used to be a competitive hot dog eater. We'll talk more about that. Chocolate is my weakness. A day of fasting plus a Guinness. I will eat every Easter bunny at Walmart, maybe even the live ones. So be careful in the pet section. Just kidding. I love cute rabbits. Go against the grain by joining Jobs and myself with fasting. Whipping yourself into shape and improved quality of sleep can do wonders for physical and mental well-being. If anyone ever spends more than 5 minutes on Twitter, I would highly recommend looking at some of the comments people talk about and reading this section again. Physical and mental well-being. Get there and get there as soon as you can. Fight society verbally and through your actions, not literally. We're lovers, not actual fighters. You can support local restaurants and fasts. Waiting to eat a delicious dish will add a joy to eating you forgot existed. Even just waiting 5 or 6 hours, just a shorter lunch maybe, or a smaller lunch, just waiting for that dinner, you can smell the chicken when you walk in, the vegetables. Oh yeah, it adds to it. Fighting society, verbally or through your actions, again, lovers, not fighters, and staying in shape by intermittent fasting is a better alternative than eating only one or two foods, which almost killed Ashton Kutcher while filming the movie Jobs. This is also another hilarious article I highly recommend you check out. If you choose to intermittent fast, send me an email with how it's going. My email is Vern goes against the grain, VERN goes against the grain at protonmail.com. If you decide to do this, please let me know. Thank you so much for listening and watching, or doing both. That'd be fantastic. The book is already out on Nook for $2.24. Highly recommend you check it out. For less than a price of a cup of coffee, you can change your life with the wit and wisdom of yours truly, illustrated by the stories of Steve Jobs and the science of science. Thank you again for listening. The paperback comes out on Wednesday. The full audiobook probably comes out on Wednesday. I still need to record that clearly. I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your morning, lunch, evening, whatever it is you're doing, because I appreciate you so much for listening, for all your support. And this book is a little bit of a thank you to you, to a lot of people. I want to help uplift people. I want to motivate people. I want people to be in shape. I used to be fat. I used to drink all the time. I used to be completely out of my mind. I'm still a little crazy, as you know. I've gotten in better shape. I have more mental clarity. I have the job I have. I'm with the best woman I've ever met in my entire life. And I have wonderful relationships with my friends, family, and God. Really can't ask for much more than that. I will talk to you later, and I hope that you get those things too, because you are fucking awesome and you deserve it.